do. I've asked Ethan. I'm sure he'll get back to me someday. In the meantime, so you guys have your first month on Rockland. You can stay at the barracks. They're still decommissioning parts of the base during this process. What would you guys like to do?
I'm going to spend that entire first month while we have access to the actual simulators and trainers, training MechWarrior gunnery and piloting.
Okay. What is your total rank? How much experience are you getting? And then are you upping them?
Well, it is going to cost, it looks like...
You're rank 1 in both?
Yes, I'm rank 1 in both. So it's going to take...
6 in both to get to 2. But you have 5 experience currently sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
So if you train for a month and you get 7 experience in the gunnery, I will allow you to transfer one of those points over, to the other one, so you can get both.
Yeah,
that's a I don't care. You're in the trainer. You're technically training both.
I will spend the time to get that training done. Suck a little less at piloting and shooting.
Right, rank 2 in piloting gunnery mech. Sounds good to me.
You're reminding me of that meme that I sent, where it was like, "Why weren't you planning what to do when it was my turn?" Me, your entire term.
Accurate.
Me waiting 45 minutes for the fire to be done with his 18 attacks and doing over 100 damage for me to cast lightning bolt and miss.
Yeah.
God. While they're on 1 HP.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That sounds like a pretty well-used month.
Yes, indeed. I'm also actually going to get that Voss's neural helmet customized to have more of a Bastet icon to it. Keeping the same thing.
I would say,
cosmetics.
and I'd say one of those, the main things that you have a problem with standard equipment, especially on the head, is you have cat ears. Having them folded over constantly is kind of a pain in the ass. Also, the mics don't line up with your ears.
So we'll see about paying a tech to actually get that modified.
I will say yes, that's easy. Why don't we just call it 1,000 C-bills?
Easy.
It is a pretty expensive piece of equipment you're modifying.
The cat ears aren't just cosmetic. You don't have actual ears still.
No, her ear channels are actually up here.
So the defining trait of the Hawk family is
everything has to be customized for you, doesn't that suck?
Pretty much, yeah.
Just headgear. Technically, you can put the tail anywhere.
More or less what I mean, it had, all headgear.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Headgear customization stuff. See, there's a disadvantage to being a cat girl, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of all disadvantage when you think about it.
But, yes. It does.
There was no but to that.
Not really, no.
What sort of stuff is being reduced at the base? Like what sort of...
Well, they're cutting back from 2 battalions to a company. Or a battalion and a half. A reinforced battalion to a company. That's essentially 3.5 companies. They're cutting back to 1 company. So this base is being reduced in size by 2/3.
That includes supplies, ammunition.
Yeah, they're basically... Well, they're trucking most of it up onto dropships and moving at this point.
So they probably wouldn't miss a ton of ammo.
If you wanted to...
Small arms ammo.
Are you going to try and administrate, make them lose it off the back of the truck, or are you going to actively bribe people? Because technically, you're not employed by them anymore, which means your security clearance has basically been restricted. It's been cut back.
Oh, I thought it was still working.
Well, do you want to keep working for them? They will use administrators and get paid to steal from them.
I was thinking.
Okay. If you want to get paid to steal from them, how much of the month are you going to do?
There's nothing like stealing from the people you've been working for several years. Here's my retirement.
It is the corporate way, as far as I can tell.
Maybe. Who knows?
But yeah, as far as I can tell, work for them to steal for them is a completely legitimate corporate tactic.
Yeah.
Well, a ton of what kind of ammo are you going to try and steal?
Small arms ammo, shotgun, rifle.
Just a generic supply of, we never need to worry about ammo ever again.
More or less.
don't know about a ton of that. A ton of that would be kind of hard to steal.
I mean, I figured I'd just make it easy and be like, it's a pallet.
I'll tell you what. If you're going to keep working for them during this month, are you going to try and get any other training in, or are you just whatevering that?
I might as well, continue with maybe some of the medical side.
Okay. Do you want to call it 2 weeks medical, 2 weeks working for them effectively?
Sure.
Okay. In that case, write down your experience for medical for 2 weeks, which would be 3 experience. Then we will go to the trying to steal from them part. You're going to use your administration to try and hide this stuff, essentially, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you're going to give me an administration roll. But here are the risk rewards of it.
Okay.
The risks of it is they basically catch you. And depending on how poorly you roll, like if you roll 2 1s or maybe a 3 in there or something, they're going to probably not throw you in the stockade, but they're basically going to be like, you're fired and we're going to put a black mark on your mercenary record.
I mean, depending on who it is, they might be able to.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing, is it depends on who catches you. Maybe you can bribe your way out of it.
We'll play that when we get to it. If
Right.
we get to it.
The reward of it then essentially is if you roll a really high roll, like a 12, I'm not only going to give it to you, I'm just going to be like, well, you and your team doesn't need to worry about small arms ammunition anytime soon, and we can ignore it. Just keeping track of the magazine really just depends on how much you have in the gun at the moment and what you're taking with you on any mission. But for every point better than your skill, I'm going to give you essentially a choice of having extra ammo for stuff. Okay? All right, let's see that beautiful bean footage.
All right.
Oh,
Look at that.
Snake eyes.
that is Snake Eyes.
That's
Oh, don't forget, you get an XP for that.
Yes, you've rolled 2 1s. You gain an XP and an administration for fucking it up.
yeah.
Are you gonna? Are you gonna take the experience though, or are you gonna use your edge to try and reroll? Because you haven't used your edge yet, as far as I know. Just kind of want to role play the. What's all this then?
Oh shit, that's not where that's supposed to go.
So you're going to.
You might be able to play it off as you're just incompetent.
They know you're not incompetent.
problem is they
That's
know-
the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Shit.
Says the guy with an administration 4+ roll, fucking it up, and everybody goes, "Wait a minute, this guy can't be that incompetent. We've literally seen him be very competent."
No, I'll go ahead and spend the edge to reroll.
Then you don't get the experience point.
I'll leave that.
Then you go ahead and you take one of those dice and re-roll them, and you hope for not another 1.
Hey,
Okay, it's
6.
a 5. So a 6 is 2 over. So basically, I'm going to allow you to choose a weapon ammunition type for each one. And we're going to say that those guys, you don't have to worry about ammunition.
All right. What sort of ammunition are we looking at? Well, then, guys.
For small arms.
Yeah,
I have a shotgun.
I also have a shotgun. So,
I am
shotgun
also-
ammo.
Going to stab myself in the arm with the pencil trying to go for crossing.
Ha ha!
I have an SMG, but could probably acquire a shotgun.
I mean,
You
Would you
shotgun
like to
man.
know what Ethan has?
A
Shotgun?
Nope.
A plasma
Pulse
rifle.
laser pistol, light recoilless rifle, and more grenade launchers than he has limbs.
Boys will be boys.
Granted, there are 3 levels of grenade launchers, so you would have to choose those individually.
Micro grenade launcher.
Shotguns.
You could also just say
slingshot.
hand grenades or flashbang grenades or
Don't tempt him with those things.
Yeah,
you know
create
how he is.
flashbacks.
and as they say in Dark Conspiracy,
We'll recreate the marine entry process. Flashback, flashbang, 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 flashbang.
That's what they say in their
and as they say in Dark Conspiracy, what's a throw skill?
Yeah.
Drop and run.
drop and run.
Indeed. Technically, handheld thrown grenades are a part of small arms. It is standard training
Yeah.
for you to know how to chuck a grenade relatively safely, even if a lot of it is. Oh, right, I'm supposed to be down.
I would say primarily probably equal amounts. Shotgun, rifle ammo.
No, the way I said it was you get to choose an ammo type and you don't have to worry about that ammo type.
Oh,
You've got 2 over, so you get 2 choices. Shotgun, one of them?
shotgun.
Sure, by all means. We have 2 shotgun users in the team. Not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Everybody likes a shotgun.
Old shotguns are fun.
Grenade launcher.
Which level? Micro, standard, or maximum explosive? Standard. Standard is a actual weapon, generally speaking. Pthump.
I also have heavy weapons, so
Micro grenade launchers tend to be the underbarrel or like a small grenade launcher style. Heavy weapons are a different level of weapon, I would say.
They are.
okay. Like
General-
a mounted weapon.
Here's a good example. You have a standard or micro grenade launcher. You want to fire at some bad guys over there. Can you see them? Do you have direct line of sight to them? That's small arms.
Yeah.
They're behind that wall, and I have an arc firing weapon. That's heavy weapons. Right.
Yes, indeed.
Good job. Excellent. You wrote down your experience for your medical, and then you raise your medical skill as necessary because we're still in kind of the heat phase of it all.
Right.
First month.
I'm going to spend it probably shoulder to shoulder with Dick, Ethan's character, working on this drop ship and helping out the company as they work their way around salvaging it, because they did get the salvage contract, if I remember correctly, because they're there.
They got the salvage contract.
Yeah.
The only issue with it is once they take over the contract for the salvage, because you're a civilian and you don't work for them, they're literally like, well, you were on like the initial expedition team. We want to keep our report kind of separate.
For sure. I'm not there to be reporting.
Right.
I don't have that capacity of administration.
Right.
I'm going to be there for, like, on the supporting engineering side, the lifting, the moving, the driving back and forth, and I would like to raise my engineering.
You are
Ooh.
basically training your engineering.
Yes.
That I'm okay.
Nice.
And now, as we went over before we started recording, I don't have that skill.
Right.
Can I gain
But you
experience?
have people training you.
Okay.
So for the first week of training engineering, you'll gain an experience point for that training, and you will get engineering 1.
And then the next 3 weeks are 5 experience?
Is 1 is 1,
Yeah.
2 is 3, 3 is 5, 4 is
Sure.
7.
Perfect.
Yep. And so you're spending the rest of the month doing that also?
Yep.
Just-
I imagine it takes longer than a month to pull
Engineer,
apart a
baby.
drop ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The salvage part of their team is going to be working on that project for the better part of a year.
Nice. Actually,
Might be.
rewind. I will do that for 2 weeks, and then could I also train my security systems for 2 weeks doing the same thing?
Yeah, they have a security systems person there. That's easy enough to rationalize.
Perfect. And you said 1 week is 2?
1 week is 1. So usually if you have a trainer, 1 week with that trainer actively learning the skills enough to get the skill.
Right. So I get 1 extra experience point after that first week of each.
No, you would get 3 total experience. You would spend 1 to raise the skill by 1, and you would have 2 left over.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Because you would be working 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
Which means you would gain 3 experience.
Okay, just making sure.
Right.
Do I
That'd
get
be
any
nice.
administration experience for working on stealing?
Shit, yeah, you do. How long did you work for them? Well, 2 weeks means 3 experience.
Mhm.
Which means you're still
2
a
weeks
long ways from raising it, Mr. I have how many skill points? 4! Jeez Louise. In order to raise your administration, you need 15 total experience in that skill. But you're on your
We're getting there.
Yep, we're getting there.
in there.
I'm going to spend all mine now. Forget fighting in a mech. I need to learn
I
how to
administrate my way to
embezzle all the
victory. I administrate my way to victory.
Exactly. Quick break.
No, ask ammo.
Training.
All right. Anything you guys like to buy from these mercenaries before they pitch out of here?
Yes, indeed. I'd like to see about purchasing a deluxe field kit, grapple rod, gripper gloves, line virus suit, and rangefinder binocs.
All those things can be purchased at booked price from them.
Cool.
Do they have an automatic shotgun?
Yes. Actually,
Technically, yes. You want to buy one? I don't know if it's in the
That's
book. I'm assuming you have enough money for it. You've got a good chunk of money. The question is,
The
do you
question is, how
guys...
much are they selling it for?
Well, I think the other big question you have to ask yourself is, did you already buy a Neuro helmet?
Yep.
Right, you spent big money for
A
a
lot of
clan.
money.
Yeah, a lot of money for a clan level Neuro helmet. But considering that it's, an environmentally sealed, helmet, it's pretty light. It's nice. It's combat capable.
I figured I'd get an virus suit to actually go with that.
Well, so the clan one is effectively a light and virus suit in and of itself, but it's also a neuro helmet. It's also an expensive piece of kit. If you're not in a mech, you don't necessarily want to be wearing it.
Right.
You could be wearing something else.
Yeah.
That's cheaper.
There it
So,
is.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to get my list. It also has
And
more
if we're
money
going to
on
be traveling
It's a big
anywhere, I'd
list.
rather have my own environments.
A lot of it
Back in
is
Mozzie.
it. Generic stuff.
You plan on buying anything else?
You said 7,500
No,
for
go
that
ahead.
clan helmet.
With all the discounts.
There's
Because
a lot of
They have more neuro helmets than people.
there's a lot of refugee vehicles here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How cheap are those?
Depends on what you want.
Very cheap, little rover.
Just a...
Don't even care if it's fast. Don't even care if it's safe.
I don't care if it's fast. I don't care if it's
I
safe.
just don't want to walk.
You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like a BattleTech scale military Humvee.
Perfect.
Yeah.
A BattleTech scale military Humvee will fit 6 guys with all of their gear. It'll go it won't go into mountains, but it'll go off-road pretty hard. It's relatively easy to upkeep. It's an internal combustion engine. It does 60 miles per hour tops.
What's it cost?
With backwind. That'll run you... let's see here. I think the question is are you actually negotiating a price?
Well, I would.
Or are you just looking for a surplus? I picked this up. It's a piece of shit.
That's what I'm looking for. Because I don't want to. I don't know what the condition is of this military base. Is like not closing up shop, but reducing its
They're
footprint.
downscaling a lot of their
We
stuff.
have
So-
negotiation.
I understand that, but the thing is if there's one that rolled in, with the refugees, and they're like, "That's kind of a piece of shit," I'll be like, "That's our baby."
That's the first one we push off a cliff.
Right.
Mine.
Yeah. Cliff.
Why don't we call it at 1,000 C-bills and it functions?
Okay. Is there a trailer I could attach to it? Because we're going to need to haul that pallet of shotgun.
Generally, the pallet of ammo will sit in a storage compartment, like your one that you have in the city,
Mhm.
until you need it or you want to ship it.
Perfect.
So,
I already have the company come picking it up.
yeah. I need you to come get this.
Good job.
And that is mine.
I'm
The
just
less time
saying
it
it.
spends here, the better.
As we've all played role-playing games for most of our entire lives, we all know that this Humvee, if it doesn't blow up right now, today, it will last us the rest of our life.
Oh, yeah.
This is the mascot.
He blows up next.
You
session.
also might need a hose to clean out all the blood that will inevitably pull up in the bottom.
A lot of old rocks in here. That used to be blood.
Yeah, you're going to want to get that shit decontaminated and wiped down before you go anywhere.
Spend my time doing that.
Yeah. Anything else you guys mind?
Yeah, also a full body armor suit.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah, sure.
Buy it while it's here.
Yeah.
And I have the cash.
Yeah. Plus an extra 5% because of your anatomy. No.
Like,
I'm kidding. It doesn't really. Most of those things are like, they have ties and, things you can zip up and tighten up in spaces, so it's not a big deal.
35 points. Okay.
I can't think of anything else.
Well, the good part is you've probably got another 2 weeks before you start recording chapter 1, so you'll have plenty of time to think about it. In the meantime, you guys moving into the city, or are you going to try and stay at what left of the base in these next 2 months? Basically the pros and cons is the con is you're not near the city. So anytime you want to do anything in the city, you have to commute to the city.
Yeah.
The good news is you can basically stay at what left of the base for free because, look, a park we're not using. There are still people living in it. Okay, do we give a shit? Not really.
Yeah.
If you do move to the city, you have to find a place to stay. That means paying a certain amount of money for living. If you want to have a different lifestyle during that time, you can. It depends on what you want to do with your life.
Busking.
Busking? You can busk.
Got the skill, probably.
No.
This is where, Hyde, you would put buskin and then the definition of buskin.
Busking.
Busking. Just in case kids don't know what that means. Or something. Yeah.
Get a job with used to.
Let's be honest, our target demographic is like
35-year-old man.
male, generally 35 to like 50.
Yeah.
But for any of you kids out here who are watching because you're really into BattleTech all of a sudden, hi, welcome, thanks. Call us boomers and we will find you and hunt you down.
Or unk. I know what that means now. I have the internet. It's Gen Z for boomer.
I know, when you were looking at the camera, I was going...
6, 7, there. I'm back in.
All right, so moving into the city or not moving to the city?
What's up, guys? What do you think? Do you want civilian skills applied in the next 2 months before we get on a dropship and get the fuck off this planet?
That's probably
Yeah, probably not a bad idea to be like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I've got a ton of stuff I need to train.
We're going to go gambling.
I know exactly what I'm going to go do. You said there was a salvage company here last time. That's what I'm going to go work for.
Nice.
Working for a salvage company.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
And get a very low-level apartment that's just safe enough that I can put my clan neuro helmet away
Yeah,
if I need to.
thinking about it getting stolen.
Yeah.
My
People like me.
my street thief retirement package of breaking into one person's apartment.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my god, this guy's loaded.
Thankfully, I can also track it and kill all of them. So.
Why not just leave it with the company that's holding
You stole for the wrong man.
Yeah, I can just leave it with the company that's holding more stuff.
Yeah. Technically, you can put it in storage, and it's fine. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Since I have 2 months, basically, until we're leaving, you said?
Dropship.
Yeah, I'm going to do what I can to start reestablishing my civilian identity as a trader of House Hawk, which means getting out there, making connections, talking to people, working the social circuit that exists on Rockland. You can't see the internal eye roll that turned my head into a fucking pinwheel. Social circuit on Rockland.
In the famous words of another science fiction series is, if there's a bright, shiny center to the universe, Rockland is the bitch piece of shit rock furthest from it.
I understand there's a dropship. That's the biggest social event to have happened. Somebody landed so they could get off this ball.
Well, lately, there's been a lot of fucking dropships. In the past 7 years, there's been more dropships than in the past 35. On that note, though, let's think about something for your character real quick. You're not only in contact with your family, but you're helping your family reestablish.
Right.
One of the things that comes up is what is going to be done with Vanessa, your little sister, who isn't just alive, but doing really just fine. She is technically at the same age that you started your military training.
Charter school.
Because if you didn't notice, in the BattleTech universe, most militaries start their training early. Go, my child soldiers!
Military school.
Right.
Definitely cut that out.
Was that King Candy, by the way?
No, that was
It was still Alan Tudyk.
no. It kind of ventured into that area. But what I was trying to do was make a reference to No, what's the clown from those videos from the God, I can never remember the name of the D&D podcast for one guy.
Chuckles the Clown.
Yeah, Chuckles the Clown.
Yeah.
Go, my child soldiers!
We are going to get sued by Legends of Adventure.
No, we're not. No, we're not. But making any references to other podcasts is perfect. Okay. I'm going to do it many times.
Honestly, I think most likely Vanessa would be getting trained much along the same route I did. The route of MechWarrior to what have you, different social ranking within the ministry is a pretty...
She's not in the Magistry. See,
Right.
technically, you guys are in Karita space.
Yeah.
Now, technically, you're in an occupied zone. There are basically no Karita soldiers on Rockland right now.
Thank goodness.
In fact, Rockland actually essentially is taken over more or less by Comstar. It technically, again, is in the Draconis Combine. But it is one of those things where I don't think Karita ends up having a military presence until like 3080.
Vanessa's going to come with me for personal training.
So you're taking your little sister under your wing to be trained as a mech warrior.
Yeah.
Note that this will become a reoccurring NPC that is part of your character's backstory, possibly for the rest of the campaign, which means her doing stuff, her possible death if you put her into situations becomes a thing that your character will have to do. But I'm perfectly okay with adding this to the list of NPCs that will be around.
Yep.
And we'll try not to let you forget about her existence.
Very helpful, thank you.
Okay. Make a note. Vanessa Hawk is now being trained by you and is an NPC in this campaign that will go here forward.
You're not allowed to let her die directly or indirectly.
Chapter 1. Ah! Well, that was unexpected.
If she dies immediately, that is not on me.
Sucked out of an airlock.
You have to learn zero G training. Shouldn't I have a suit? Nope.
She comes.
Oh wait, I
back.
shouldn't have done that in
Meant to be.
space.
Shit. Yeah, we'll see about getting her trained up as a mech warrior.
So I'm assuming for these first 2 months, she's also training
Mm-hmm.
in simulators with you.
No, you should definitely make her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spec Ops.
In that case, note that we will get to what her stats are later. In the meantime, just make a note that she's got her first 2 skill points.
You should totally make her a Spec Ops soldier. No one expects a child special operations.
We're
soldier.
traders. We go across.
I
the
would like to
universe.
point out that you're in Karita space. Dest absolutely trains child spec ops soldiers. 100%.
Yeah, we are not.
What's that? You're 12 years old and you already have 3 confirmed assassinations?
Yeah, we're not Draconis Combine.
I really
That's the
appreciate
thing.
the idea of like we're a trading family. We go across the universe and we're like merchants, child soldiers. Chill out, man.
Says the clanner. Actually, you're a free birth, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Have you read about how like
Yes.
True Born clanners get trained?
Yes, I have. Which is why I went freeborn.
Thank
Because
goodness.
you can do it normally, guys. Chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If anybody teaches them you can do it normally, it's the long history of massively impressive free birth warriors that the clans have produced. And just ignore.
You guys are still trash. Are you sure about that?
You guys are sure trash. Gauss rifle in the cockpit. Say it again, bitch.
That's
Pushes out. You're trash.
So,
You
we've been through 1 month. What are we doing with the other 2 months?
Well, that's up to you guys. You move into the city.
Yes.
If you guys are having a basic standard of living in the city that's relatively safe, it's not going to cost you more than 100 C-bills, but you should mark it off.
Currency
For just
goes up.
living. For 2 months.
Okay.
It's a what? Like,
What a deal!
yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's also, it's quasi-periphery level survival.
Mhm.
When I say their city, what I mean is North Pole, Alaska.
Right.
Like, you know, it's
You're living,
It's not
but
that.
don't drink the water.
yeah, you're living, but don't drink the water. There's something in it.
Yeah.
We don't know what. We haven't been tested.
It's just metal. It's constant. Okay, well, I know what I'm doing for 2 weeks. What are you, or 2 months? What are you planning on doing? You working family stuff?
Yeah, I need to be basically doing some training.
What kind of training?
One, I'm going to need to be working on the particular dancing skill because, good lord, I suck at that at the moment.
Why did I take a cool skill that I'm shit at?
Yeah.
It's called playing an RPG. No, I get it.
If I could have, I would have not taken acupuncture because I kind of just took it as a whatever.
You could move that into the other one.
You know,
I don't
you could
care.
be-
That's a whatever skill right now.
You could also do that for a job right now.
Actually,
Yes.
that's the thing is some of these skills are going to make you money back in the long run.
Yeah,
I call it kind of a if you don't have the skill and you're training in the skill, the money you're making is essentially the money you're paying. Yeah. As far as actually making money, you might have roles if you go work for the salvage company that you need to make.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Dave's gonna go be a barista.
I'm never going to let you make an administration role that doesn't involve crime.
Thank goodness.
Well, that's a relief. On the other hand, gambling will be its own interesting.
Yeah, I was going to do some gambling too.
Okay.
You're going to play with 500 C-bills.
Play with 500 C-bills. You just walk into the casino, 13 black, go!
You lost.
All right, do it. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah. We never saw him again.
So,
You could say of a gambling.
2 straight months of dancing? Jesus Christ, you're going to be good at that.
2 months of losing 500 C-bills. It was one day.
On the other hand, what is your... is there an attribute that's lower that could be raised?
yes.
What's your reflex?
My reflex is 4.
Okay. So that's still pretty high.
Yeah, I don't have a stat lower than 4.
Yeah, you would need 21 experience to go to a 5, which is doable for 3 more months of stuff.
I'm taking a look at
We still have that one,
things.
guys.
I do.
So yes, I just reshifted the skill points from
You-
acupuncture to I'm
Yeah, of
actually
course.
going to spend time training them.
We use it to make
Okay.
a memorial.
That works.
One thing
So
I
you're-
am going to spend some
so
time
you're
on
right.
actually.
Think about it.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Hyde,
yes.
we'll go to you since you know what you want to do.
Yes, I'm going to go work for the salvage company for the next 2 months.
Okay.
I would like to learn, but also
Be working.
I would also like to work. And I keep looking at my other skill of sabotage going, how much of an asshole do I want to be? I don't want to be one right now. So.
I don't want to be one right now.
Well, I'm stuck on the
Just wait, though, kids.
Yes, that will happen.
This is where we go back and edit it once we've done like chapter 12. And you go back here and says, see chapter 11 where shit gets real.
Oh my god, events unfold.
It would be weird if I just managed to like guess it was chapter 11 right out of the gate without even looking at my notes. That would be funny. There is a chapter, and I'll let you know which one it is as it's coming in.
So, working for the salvage company, what do I need to roll?
It depends. What are you learning?
Well,
I mean, are you learning stuff?
how reputable is the salvage company?
On Rockland, very.
All right.
In the greater context of the inner sphere, what is Rockland?
Fair. Okay.
Actually, no, I will spend those 2 months doing that. I was just looking at the flow chart of stuff, and actually, yes, I do need to raise attributes, so that's a good way to do it.
Okay. Which attribute are you going to work on?
I'm going to be working on reflexes or charisma. Both are in the tree of things.
Both are a 4. Both could
Both
be
are-
our...
Right. Both of them essentially tree off. I just need to take them out to actually look at what actually flowed upwards into what XP wise.
So here's what I will
So if
say.
actually
real
work
quick.
on-
Real quick. So here's what I'll say. The dropship you're going to be on will have a gym. You're going to be able to train reflexes anyway. So you get your choice if you want to spend the next 3 months raising your attribute from a 4 to a 5, and that's your main spend.
Okay,
Done.
cool.
Just remember that once you're on the dropship, your major training is something you're working on.
Reflex.
Okay.
basically.
Yeah, reflex you can work on.
Yeah, basically just reflex.
You just straight up translates from a 4 to a 5 for
Yeah.
3 months worth of training.
Cool.
7 times 3 is 21, and 21 is what you need, I believe.
Yep.
Once.
I'm double checking my numbers. I did say attribute, right?
Yes.
It's actually 36 because I'm stupid. Well, let's take a look at this.
I don't think it's because you're stupid. I think it's 36, and you are.
Fair.
Grammatically.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We good. He's been saying that shit for years, and I got him.
Finally. Only took you how many years to get me?
I finally cared. That's
Ho,
2.
ho, ho.
I'll give you
Come
1.5.
Come on, yeah. So,
Mhm.
So,
to continue,
Yes.
I will spend some time learning survival. It's a salvage company operating on Rockland, trying to avoid getting Rockland's disease. Would that work?
survival is every day.
Survival is probably every day.
So, Karl,
What's up?
do you have any experience in reflex-based skills?
Yes.
Because I just redid the numbers in my brain. To go from a 4 to a 5, you need 25. You need 2 experience
Okay.
in addition to the training. Because it's 23 experience for 3 months.
All right. So I'll spend 1 point from.
Yes.
And 1 point from stuff. Okay. What are we doing?
Yes. Technically, that list continues. All right.
Survival?
Survival. Easy cheesy.
Write it down?
Well, no, I mean, how much time are you spending on it a week? Do you have survival?
No, I don't.
Well, then it's a
So,
week.
I'll
Week out
do
of your
a
2
week.
months.
I'll do a week out of that. I will do a week out of computers.
Computers is still doable.
Okay.
It's not as much the salvage company, but finding somebody you can work with to work on your computers is not a
I'm
problem.
going to compromise and say that takes 2 weeks.
It'll be a week each.
Well, a week if it's difficult to find somebody to teach me computers.
It's not difficult to find a person to train you computers.
Okay.
It's just you're not working for the salvage company directly.
Oh, okay.
You'd be working for maybe a part of their administration group or something.
Gotcha. And then after that, I'm just going to work with them for cash.
Okay.
So that's a month and a half.
Okay. If you guys did want to do any more mech training, I would mention that you can get it done. It just takes longer to train.
Oh. Yeah.
And it costs money.
Yeah. I spend a lot of money. Clan Neuro helmet's not cheap.
Right.
FYI.
Cash.
Well, and here's what I would say.
yeah, I think most of us got one.
If you're going to the arcade down the way that has mech pods, but it's all arcadey and gamified and shit, you're spending just as much money and 4 times the amount of time to get 1 experience.
Right.
If you actually go to a serious group for the intent of using a pod to train, then it's double and you're still spending money.
Right.
Nothing in MechWarrior training is more useful than being behind the controls of a mech to train.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so hard to get that training.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to work for the next month and a half.
Okay.
Does that include any learning of engineering along the way? Or is that just money making?
Can be learning engineering on the way in.
I would like to do
So the next step up for you would be you have 2 extra experience. You need 4.
that. Mm-hmm.
So
A month and a half.
a month and a half.
Yeah.
7, 9, 11. So you gain 11 experience in engineering.
13.
So you'd have 13 total to go to a 2 from let's see if I can brain today, shall I? To go from a 0 to a 1, you need a 1. From a 1 to a 2, you need a 3. From a 2 to a 3, you need a 6.
9.
3 to a 4, you need 10.
I made
13 total.
13, so I'm at a 3. Yeah, I'm at a 3.
You're at a 3, and you have
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm at a 3, and I went from
You
1
had
to
13, and you spent.
3.
So you're at 13, and you had 2.
Yep.
So you spent 6 from the 13. So you have 7. You have 7 left over.
And I'm a 3.
Yep. Math. It does a body. If you would like to take your turn.
Oh, let's see. Job at a coffee house if there is one on this town in Rockland.
Taking it easy.
Yes.
What is the name of this town?
Rockland's best coffee that doesn't give you a disease.
Wow, that's great.
That's a long name.
Well, the last part's in parentheses. Nobody ever really says it. It's implied.
Is it also the only one of Rockland's coffee?
No, but it is Rockland's best coffee that doesn't give you a disease by drinking it. It's like the movie Don't Be a Menace. Everybody knows you just say Don't Be a Menace instead of the whole movie title, which is Don't Be a Menace to Society in South Central.
Drinking your juice in the hood.
Anyway. I would also, during some of the downtime, like to review the camera that we got. And also...
From Voss.
Yeah. Download those photos to like a data slate. And,
Okay.
start using the camera, actually.
Right. One of Voss's big secrets was that he was a photographer.
Yep.
He came to the Inner Sphere and was never really much of a frontline combatant, so he picked up a hobby and he started taking photos. He took photos of mostly nature.
Probably going to be following in those footsteps because I was going to put my photography skills to use as well.
Yep.
As well as probably survival going out and...
He also takes candid photos of other mech warriors, technicians, vehicles, that kind of thing.
Kind of like real life.
Why don't you roll me a perception check now that you're looking through that?
Oh, I don't have that skill.
How about the guy with the...
So you would roll another d6 and you would take the lowest.
Not that it matters.
3.
Because I'm below that in regard without even the disadvantage.
But you are forcing yourself to roll perception, right?
Yes.
You
Check mark
find
next to the skill.
mostly
Check mark?
just generic
On the
pictures,
far
Here.
right.
one after
See
another.
right here, this for a corner here.
Yeah.
You put a check mark in at the end of the actual session. You mark those all off and convert them to 1 XP.
Yep, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, you don't really find much. Like, it's interesting, but you don't find anything particularly like distinct about it.
You looked through it already too. Did
Yeah,
you
I
make
made
a roll?
memorial. No. I made a memorial out of the pictures for his...
He made a collage
But you didn't have him make a roll on
Correct.
because he did not spend time doing it.
Gotcha.
Like, he looked through it, but he did not look at it.
Gotcha. All right.
You're making the effort because you're the photographer.
All right. I'd like to use my bonding skill.
Bonsai plant.
More like since Rockland is the way it is, what sort of plant life does exist out
It's
here?
mostly imported plants,
Really?
but you can get most generic plants. If you want to make a small garden, that's not that hard. You just need a.
Soil, water, the plant.
Well, I meant all of that, but a greenhouse is what I was saying.
Yeah.
You can get a small greenhouse. That's not.
But there's no native plants to here.
There are native plants, but it
That's
is
what I'm asking.
They're hardy.
like most planets in the inner sphere. A lot of their plant life was either natively born, most of which is not really conducive to human life, and thus a lot of it is burned to the ground in the process of importing other plants. Most of what survives on Rockland is extremely hardy plants or plants that have managed to survive. You're talking about like lichens and a lot of brambles and bushes that don't need a lot of water.
I'd actually like to have some like plant life that I'd be able to like take with me.
Okay. How about a cactus?
Maybe like
3 cacti?
well, 3 things.
3
Cacti,
things.
Maybe some lichen.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
have like a little terrarium.
Sure. You get a little terrarium. Sit yourself back 100 C-bills just in the
Yeah.
process?
Yeah.
No problem.
This is where I want to play the intro to Stardew Valley.
Nice. Well, I mean, you've got the hydroponics skill. Yes?
Botany.
Botany. Nice.
Botany, coffee.
Would you like to
photography.
roll your botany
Bay.
Why, yes.
for doing things with those plants?
Sure.
Sure.
Give one up.
Hey.
That's a
Hey,
9.
Wow, that's actually one over my mental.
Is it 1 over your botany? What's your botany level?
Oh, there is no level.
Well, I gave you 5 skill points, so you had to have put levels into them.
You know, I might have missed that.
Man yells at
Okay.
clouds.
They are skills, correct? There
we
you go. Okay, so what is your roll plus for
Um,
your mental? Your mental is a
8.
8, so that becomes a 6 plus.
Yeah.
And you rolled a 9, so you're 3 over, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
In that case, one of the things you find of interesting note that you could take with you is there is this plant called Rockland Aloe. It is a modified variant of the aloe plant that requires very little water.
Nice.
Cool.
Use that in medical.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that was gonna be my next question. What sort does it have medicinal properties?
Yes, much like aloe, it has multiple medicinal properties.
Wonderful.
The only problem is that the chemicals that it does make in the aloe kind of grouping are so fucking powerful because, like most things that grow in low water or desert environments, the chemicals they do make become highly concentrated.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yep.
So suddenly drinking that becomes like ooh, that's gonna f me up.
Roll.
Time to roll some dice.
What's your next thing you're doing in your months? I'm talking to this guy.
Need to make my coffee roll for while I'm working.
Coffee roll, yes.
roll.
You're learning how to make Rockland's best coffee that won't give you a disease. That's a pretty darn good thing. Your
That
coffee
is-
roll is a 7?
6 plus.
A 6 plus?
Coffee man over here.
I am 4 over.
That is an excellent job. Yes. So don't forget to translate your check marks in XP when you're done, is what he said.
Okay.
In the meantime, so Rockland has hardy coffee beans that they grow in local soils. And again, like places that have very little
my God.
water,
Yeah.
potable water available to them, you get modifications to real life, earth human standard stuff that is extra potent.
Oh, yeah.
This is where I clip in that Family Guy scene of Fry.
Slowly drinks 100 cups and teleports out of existence.
Rockland's Best Coffee has the Rockland's Best Coffee mocha. And it will turn your insides black
So he's saying,
Exactly.
if you don't water it down.
I get it.
It just became
So there is an actual stay awake pack in the BattleTech universe that MechWarriors used to keep themselves going over extended periods of time. And the general saying is 1 will do you great for 24 hours. 2, you're in an emergency. 3, you were already dead on the battlefield anyway. They're increasingly harder build saves versus death from these things.
Oh my God.
They produce a local version of it here on Rockland that's basically coffee bean extract directly injected into your bloodstream.
Shit.
Yeah, this
All
shit is
right.
bad for you. But it will keep you awake through all of the worst things.
He's unconscious. Quick, give him some coffee stat.
There's a joke about grinding it into a powder and keeping it in a vial and using it to wake people up as the smell salts instead of actual smell salts, since they're harder to come by. I'm awake!
Not quite what I think
Hilarious.
people are talking about when they say Canopin battle powder. Probably a good substitute.
Canopin battle powder is a whole different concept. It's like if cocaine had an uglier, meaner, much more potent cousin.
Yeah, we're picking up some.
We
of
just
the
call
comic.
that catnip.
Rockland's best.
Oh yeah, we're picking up some of Rockland's best.
How much would you like to spend on Rockland's best?
How many kilos should we get?
Jesus.
Well,
Well, I mean,
actually-
we're supporting ourselves for a while
About
here.
a can of it.
Actually,
one bean is
if we're
apparently enough to kill a
talking-
man.
like actual commercial
Enough to
stuff.
kill a man.
Get as much
Not
as
a
you
real
can
man.
with
Not a
your
real
hair on
man.
his chest.
kind of weird stuff. Great
One bean.
health-wise. It's exotic. This is like literally the kind of stuff.
Why did it reach
So, well,
out at
man,
people?
Hey, if you're looking to produce it, can set you up with some contacts, some people who know some people. It's definitely not
Grab
illegal
a pound
narcotic
of it
in
if we
most
need more. We'll
atmosphere.
order it. Okay.
Grab a 20-pound.
A 20-pound bag will set you back 50 seeds.
Get some beans too.
Are you thinking about growing your own? Said the botanist who really likes
That terrarium just went whoop.
I mean, the aloe is cool, but
I mean, it's going to take a while for this one to grow. It's not like it's going to need the space.
You could just buy another terrarium too. But
Yeah,
the
right.
idea of like, hell with that.
Look, might as well. Let's start growing our own coffee.
crossbreeding.
Okay. How much like do you spend on a grow
Coffee
system for that?
This tastes like
What, like 200 T-bills for a setup?
Yeah, no. We'll call it this table style growing bin.
Yeah.
All right. Gambling?
Gambling.
How much would you like to spend on gambling?
Oh,
You have gambling.
I don't have gambling.
Right, but you do have advantage on gambling checks, which is interesting.
It is.
So I'm assuming for the first week, you just spend money learning how to gamble.
Gambling for dummies.
Yeah, there are people who will teach you how to gamble. That's not the hard part. I think really the question is it legal to gamble on Rock?
I'll
Is
teach
it?
him how to gamble because I have the skill.
But do you have cheating?
Do I have cheating?
Training.
Oh no.
No. So you
Put your
put the
money
money in
there.
here, and sometimes it spits money back out. You now know how to gamble.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Oh.
That's not gambling.
That's MechWarrior.
But for legal purposes, that's gambling.
Mr.
For
McPilot
all
over
legal
here.
terms and sentences.
Yeah. And sometimes to get the right number out, you have to punch the spot a few times. Punch the
All
side
right,
of the
so-
slot machine.
That's computers.
Yeah,
How do you
so
run gambling?
so I'm assuming, well, we'll do the how we're going to do rolls and see if you make or lose money. First, though, I'm assuming you're going to spend the first week learning how to gamble so that you're not rolling at disadvantage offset by advantage.
Might as well.
Effectively, it's going to cost you 100 C-bills, basically gambling, to learn how to gamble.
Oh no. Okay.
Then I'm going to have you make a roll to see if what you're doing is strictly legal.
So now I have a level in gambling.
Yes, you will essentially have a level in gambling.
Okay.
Because you spend the first week actually doing that shit. Now I'd like you to make a gambling check. You're a 7+ with advantage because you took skill advantage in something you didn't have gambling, which is awesome. I completely support this.
That's neat.
That's an 8.
Okay.
Success.
So you basically find out that on Rockland, there's basically, it's not strictly legal in the you're in Karita space sense, but a lot of the local stuff that is quasi-legal is basically overlooked by the local government. They don't have a lot else going for them. It's not like they have a massive underground or criminal presence on Rockland. So local gambling establishments, in the same way that you would get that quasi-legal stuff that happens in like Great Britain, for example, it's not strictly legal. Everybody knows that's the gambling joint. Nobody really cares because the amount of money turnover is almost irrelevant. So as long as you don't make too much money or lose too much money, you won't have a problem.
Great. What's
I'm-
too much money in the context?
Too much money in the context would be what we're going to do is we're going to make a gambling check. Your gambling check every time you gamble will become 1 point harder. It is not a matter of how much money you make, it's a matter of how much attention you attract by gambling and being a part of the gambling scene for that long.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as how much you make or lose, that depends on your fail versus success rate. Every time you succeed or every time you fail, there will be another roll, a secondary roll, to see how much you win or lose. You get to set the bar of how risky this is. If you would like 1 point of risk, you will spend 100 C-bills every week. If you want it to be 5 points of risk, you will spend 500 C-bills every week.
Gotcha.
So you see the craziness of it.
Gotcha.
Okay. So first week that you're gambling, what are you spending? Or after you learn.
5.
All right. Going straight for the maximum ass kick.
It's an 11.
You will roll your 3d6, or in this case, a d5, a d7, and a d6, and your check is against a 7. The more over your roll than your target number, the more money you make. Note, though, that if you gamble a second week, your check is, what's 7 plus 5 again?
11.
One can math.
Oh my God.
Is a 12.
Gosh,
Your
yes.
check becomes a 12. Yeah. So go ahead and roll for the first week, since it's got a risk of 7. You have a 2, 4, and a 6. With advantage, that means you have rolled a 10, which means you are 7 over. So you are a
3 over?
3 over. So I want you to roll 3d6. 1d6 for every point you are over. That is a 13. You make your 500 back and 1,300 C-bills.
Nice.
All right. Cool. I'm good with that.
And then you are just like, all right, I'm a winner. I'm out. Because everybody you gambled with is like,
God damn it.
we need to find a way to get our money back.
I'm good. Peace.
Joke's on you. We have an infinite amount of shotgun shells.
Also,
Come on down.
Come and take it.
But there's only the 1 or 2 or maybe 3 of you. They have a lot of disgruntled people with pipes.
I am gruntled with grenades.
Yeah.
Disgruntled with
Gruntled with grenades.
Now it's time for Gruntled with Grenades.
starring
Dave.
Dave. I will explode your pants.
Sitting there drinking
So out
coffee
of
with
no
the grenade.
particular questioning, would a slingshot count as archery or small arms? Or throwing?
Back up to 3450.
I'm trying to think of a way that you're making that actually a reasonable thing.
So
What are you trying to slingshot?
micro grenades?
No, because that's incredibly dangerous. Nobody would actually bother doing that with a micro grenade. They would throw it, or they would use an actual design launcher. Actual slingshots by themselves, like, do you even have archery?
No.
Then why would you not use small arms, which I know you have?
Or a Nerf gun that
Just
launches
dancing.
ping pong
No.
balls.
Technically, there's a primitive weapon skill
Right.
that falls under melee. Technically,
It's gotta be real
but it's one of those
fast.
things where it's so in MechWarrior 2. You know what the melee skill is? It's called sword. Because outside of a sword, nobody uses a primitive weapon like that. It's considered melee if it's going to be like, I hit him in the face with a pipe.
Oh, yeah. Quick question. How much XP do I get for using
You put a check
You
mark.
only did it 1 week, so you get another experience. Or, well, you get 3 experience total because you did it 2 weeks in a row, technically. So you'll have 2 left over
it? Okay.
because you
Good.
spent the 1. You have 2 left over because you spent the 1.
Oh.
No, we count it. So those rolls were the gambling itself, not necessarily a check to gain you experience because you're gaining
Gotcha.
experience from doing it anyway.
Okay.
It's one or the other, not both at the same time, so to speak. Anything else you guys are doing with your 2 months on Rockland?
Yes. While I am
You have roles.
doing that various reflex training and what have you, I'm also going to be spending time interacting with the refugees, people on Rockland, doing my whole duties best at all that.
Okay.
And learning new and weird learning weird and new recipes to cook.
Okay.
Improv cooking, basically.
I will allow improv cooking. I will, are you going to be using your dancing in an attempt to make money, or are you going to...
More storytelling.
Okay.
This isn't... So, the character never actually seeks to gain profit from that particular aspect of the thing. It's always in a storytelling kind of busking sort of sense.
Okay.
If
Just
somebody
checking to
wants
make
to
sure.
donate into a can or something like that, sure, but for the most part, I'm probably actually going to be spending money because it's more like soup kitchen type thing.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to spend money on the food making and you want to do both a check for the cooking and for the dancing, I'll allow it.
I'll go ahead and spend 1,000 sea bills on that.
That's a good chunk of money. That's very generous. Nothing says reputation like spending money that you don't need to.
Alright, so improv
Money is a
cooking
problem.
is at a 7+.
Ooh.
Nice. 2 over. 9 versus 7 on the improv cooking.
Excellent. I do like it.
Dancing. 8. That's 2 over as well.
Excellent.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Do your check marks, get your experience. You're making a name for yourself in helping people in every way you can. At the end of the day, a lot of these refugees they technically have a bank account, they technically have money, but just going through the process of linking back up with your life after being essentially missing in action for that long is kind of a crazy deal.
Mhm.
Like, you have no money, you don't have a place to stay. The Northwind Hussars have been very generous because they have the space to provide a place for a lot of people. But at the end of the day, they're also decommissioning the space. They're leaving.
But, I mean, like, one of the other big parts is on Operation Bulldog, a huge amount of the actual Canopans who did come along were like humanitarian second wave refugee medics, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
You definitely are making a name for yourself locally in that capacity. Mr. Hyde.
Yo, what do I need to roll?
So you're on salvage missions for a reputable Rockland Salvage Corporation.
Yes.
I'm assuming you stay on planet.
Yeah.
Rockland doesn't really have oceans, so a lot of your amphibious and water crafting goes to waste here, but that's the universe.
Yeah.
The vast majority of oceans in the BattleTech universe only became relatively humanly potable in the last 200, 300 years.
Right.
There's a good chunk of the Star League where literally getting water was a major issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you roll on up to 3 different skills of your choice for this kind of salvaging work.
Okay.
And depending on the roles, will change what you might encounter.
Okay.
We'll just keep it simple that way.
Then I think one of the first ones will be Navigation Planet.
I can, definitely allow that.
That one.
That's 5 on the dice.
That's 2 under. So
2 under.
not great.
This is why they made GPS systems, navigation systems. The standard SLDF drop into a planet and drop off a bunch of satellites so you can navigate it thing is still very common in use to this day.
Perfect.
So it's not like you're getting lost.
Right.
You're just not really finding all that much interesting.
The next one I'll do will be engineering. Right? Work for salvage company. Makes sense?
Yep.
Jesus.
Bad
That's 2 under.
Again, you do work, you do stuff, but most of it ends up being stuff that is well below your technical expertise and pay grade as far as actually doing stuff.
That's fair. And the next one I'll do will be, why not perception?
Is it not new dice time?
No.
Or are you banking on the fact that the numbers can only go up?
Well, they go down too.
If they go down, you get experience.
Exactly. There you go.
Well, that's an 11.
Almost double.
Nice.
What was it you were doing?
6+.
What was the skill?
Perception.
Perception.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That was the one to win.
The history, like I'd gone over before, of Rockland during the clan invasion was clanners show up, local government surrenders because the defenders had moved off to do other things.
Right.
The very few defenders they had. Then clanner society means that because you've surrendered, you essentially belong to us.
Mhm.
But Rockland was weird because their industry was mostly mining, but most of the mines were like mostly at capacity anyway.
Mhm.
What were the clanners really going to improve?
Right.
And because people didn't like being invaded by somebody they did no idea and had no idea how to interact with society-wise, they were put to work doing things that sucked.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you perceive and you find out on your various salvage expeditions is going to be one of those big wheel all tracks, the ones that can climb up and over rocky outcroppings that are so very common on Rockland. And when it is first spotted by you, you make a note of it basically in the system because you're basically just running flyovers of areas looking for stuff.
Okay.
And when they come back to it for salvage, basically they bring in like a VTOL with a crane. You go down with the crane, you latch onto it, you pick it up, you pull it somewhere where you can actually inspect it. It's perfectly salvageable. It's perfectly usable. But at the end of the day, the amount of money that they think they're going to get for it doesn't even cover the fuel of the VTOL going and getting it.
Right.
But they've already done it.
Right.
They're looking for a seller, and you see this thing, and you think, you needs a new engine anyway. But barring that, what you have is a perfectly salvageable, perfectly viable, like real climbing vehicle.
Okay.
If you want it.
Yeah.
They'll basically just hand it over.
Perfect. Nice. What's the seating on it?
It is a 4-seater. But it also has like a small cargo compartment you could chuck a bunch of stuff into.
Can you, at a later point, give me like an image of the thing that you're talking about?
I imagine one of those Jeep 4x4 big wheels that you see them doing like the rock climbing like stuff with, except this one is like circular in its like chassis design.
Okay.
And the wheels aren't just hooked up to a suspension, they're also gimbal suspension.
Nice.
So that they can, each wheel goes independent and all drive at the same time.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know if I have a specific one for that. It's not a combat vehicle technically.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I imagine that kind of concept.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
It can be with a gun.
I now have 2
And
cars.
honestly, with the right like redesigned control scheme, like you can turn the wheels and crab.
Nice.
So like that,
Thing is
it's a
crab.
really crazy vehicle. It's purposely designed to go everywhere and have good traction everywhere.
Mm.
It's got those wheels that are like they're both run flats and they're not fully pressurized so that they grip
Like
around
grip
things.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's wacky. They're like they have internal metal radial structures that bend and flex.
Nice.
That's just like I'm sure somebody has designed one in real life, but why would
Right.
you need this? Well, in Rockland, it's like, yeah, there's why you need it because
It's terrain size.
because 4 kilometers as the crow flies can be like 38 by trying to get through all of the
It takes
nooks and
5
crannies of
days
this
to
planet.
drive over.
Yeah,
15 minutes to fly.
yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying it's ironically
Not a couple of
why
tandem
stuff like
grenade
this
launchers that
would be
are box fed.
useful.
No, honestly, any vehicle's a combat vehicle.
With a gun mounted.
Else,
on
there
it.
would never have been the Toyota Wars.
Fair enough.
All right, we good with those 2 months?
Yeah,
Excellent.
good plan training.
Let's go on to the last month on the dropship. And let's talk real quick about the dropship you're going to be on. The name of the dropship is called the Lightning Bug. It is a Mule-class dropship. Mule-class dropships, despite their name, are literally the economic workhorse of dropships. We're talking about, I believe it's a nominal crew of like 25.
Okay.
Very few guns.
Yep.
But this thing is big. It's a big spheroid dropship with lots of space, and it is literally designed to carry all the cargo.
Right.
The only things that carry more cargo than it are literally called the Cargo Master for a reason. But the Mule is also an SLDF design, I believe, that's designed to be like, hey, whenever we get into a system, we uplink with the local HPG and we feed you all the news, all the economic data. Like, it's almost a quasi-luxury style dropship.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed to transport people and their cargo effectively.
Mm-hmm. Ironically, for those of you who are new to BattleTech, one of the reasons why I love civilian stuff is better or less like kind of degraded, at least in the 30 to 25 era where they're a little more low on the Lost Tech scale, is because their military stuff gets blown up more or needs new parts. A lot of these old like Mule class dropships have been kept in fantastic shape by their spacer crews for this point hundreds of years, literally centuries in some cases. Like, that's how you end up with jump ship crews that have been running the same, like, jump ship for 500 years as a family. It's because, well, you know, as you might imagine, they don't tend to actually deal with damaging the thing that is their main livelihood.
Yeah.
And basically, literally, they're replaceable.
Keep it out of harm's way.
Generally speaking, it helps also that the rules of warfare have started to at least calm down by mid-late third succession war with that's a civilian dropship. There's no reason to blow it up.
Right.
If they're going to surrender, they're going to do whatever you tell them. They don't have guns.
Unless they're faster than you.
Well,
Which some of those dropships didn't get to speed.
But nobody's faster than a good
aerospace
fighter. So it's like, you know, do we have to chase you down?
Right.
It is an 11,200 ton, 158 meter in diameter dropship. It is a small city, or it is a small New York City block that flies. It has a safe thrust of 1.5 Gs, so it actually is pretty fast. If it needs to. Generally, most dropships do 1 G because that is physically safe on you. Max 2.5, so it can scoot if it needs to. Its standard armament is an inner sphere AC-5, 2 SRM-6s, 3 large lasers, 8 medium lasers, and 2 small lasers. It is very weakly armed.
Yeah.
This is not even the firepower of like an Atlas.
Right.
Like, it can shoot more stuff, but it also has more arcs and it's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Honestly, the most dangerous thing on it is its AC-5 because of its range. It's pretty good range for
Isn't that
something.
one a top mount on it too?
That's nose mounted.
Yeah,
so it
it's
can go
360
360. The only problem is it can't aim down when it's landed very far, so there's a minimum range on it. Its crew is standard 24 officers, 13 listed, 3 gunners, and that's when they actually don't double up on gunners. 2 pilots, 4 engineers, and 12 secondary engineers, again, if they actually need it. Most of them don't. It has 2 escape pods and 2 lifeboats. The ubiquitous Mule-class dropship, as it says on Sarna, is one of the most commonly encountered merchant craft plying the shipping resources of the inner sphere. That pretty much says it all.
Okay.
The one you're on is called Lightning Bug. It is essentially the slow way to get where you're going. But you get there in style. Because unlike a military dropship, which has basically the space for an individual MechWarrior of twice the size of this table, and that's your whole room, your bedroom, your bathroom, your kitchen, like, that's a military dropship. Your room on this dropship is the first floor of this building. That's your room. It has distinct rooms between the building, the bathroom. Like,
Mm,
and it is all expense paid to outreach.
nice.
I'm assuming you guys are staying as a group and staying as your own non-official mercenary company, so to speak.
Give or take.
Yeah.
But as far as being hired by other mercenary companies for other mercenary contracts, that's kind of a come and go situation. And weirdly enough, like I said in the intro, the universe has found itself relatively at peace for the first time in quite a while. It's only been a year, but hey, here's hoping, right? That nothing horrible and big and terrible breaks out in the next 5 or so years.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, there's got to be a contract out there for where somebody wants someone dead.
There is.
Yeah.
Definitely somebody wants someone
Look, I'm just
dead
saying,
somewhere.
As long as there's 3 people on the planet, somebody's going to want somebody dead. Sniper from TFT.
That's what we were doing. Yes, so you guys basically jump on board this civilian dropship. There is not a lot to do on it besides, honestly, all of the recreational activities that you would find in most major hotels.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So what would you like to be doing? I'm assuming you fill out all the paperwork, transfer all of your stuff with you onto the dropship?
Well, yes.
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
Shit, yeah, you do.
I'm going to be trying to remember how to move around in 0G.
You don't have a lot of time for 0G.
That's a fair point. We're
It
under
lands, then it hits 2 Gs going upward till
Yeah.
it hits space, and then it continues at 1 G. And then there's about an hour period where it turns around,
Yeah.
and then it slows down at 1 G until it reaches a jump point. Now, the time between its arrival, its attachment to a jump ship, and its actual jump out is the time you would need to be training 0G.
Right.
That's something I would be interested in too. Just because
It's good to have one point
too.
so you can
It'd
roll
be-
it.
The
I
good
remember-
part is you basically have a chunk of a month to do it. The question is do you have a trainer for that? Because that's the only way you're going to get in actual 0G training in that time to give you that experience.
Here's a question. Does Vanessa have
No.
Shit.
Why would she have any skills that are useful to you? Besides, she wouldn't also be a
Yeah.
trainer either.
Well, I don't know what any of the character NPCs
Assume-
are, so it was worth asking.
Do
Right.
we
So
wanna
assume
try
she
and learn
basically has
training?
nothing until we say she does have something.
Do we?
Do we want to try and learn training?
Probably. You gonna teach it?
I could be rolling at 7+.
That's probably what I'm gonna be learning at that.
Welcome to the class. What are we teaching? Instruction.
Yeah, that's probably. A good
Oh,
thing.
this is going to be the most
Actually,
boring
let's-
week of my entire life.
Yep.
We're on a
that's the
dropship.
begin-
You
that
bet
is
your
the
ass.
beginning of the most boring week.
The
Probably-
first key is eye contact.
1 week, I guess. How long is the burnout?
Well, you guys have a month on this dropship
Okay.
before the net chapter 1 starts.
Okay, I think, yeah, maybe a week in instruction. If I'm going to be training Vanessa, I'll probably actually have this skill be.
Teach instruction. All right, you roll your instruction check. If you fail your instruction check,
No one learns
nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. And you have to go back to the drawing board where you go, okay, maybe we shouldn't cover...
Underneath.
Maybe we shouldn't cover the.
Where was I? All right. Yeah, so if you fail your instruction check, you have to go back to the drawing board and be like, maybe chapter 1 shouldn't be don't dress like a whore.
All right. Chapter 1. Do.
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
What was your instruction?
7.
Spend that point edge for a +1.
I
He
Dave.
already
did.
used his edge, which is unfortunate.
Dude.
Yes. I didn't give you guys inspiration in the last one at all. I have to remember to do that.
Yeah.
You can have up to 1 point of inspiration. If you keep your inspiration till the time where you mark off your check marks, it becomes an experience point. And you lose the inspiration starting in the next chapter. But did I give you guys any
He gave us
inspiration?
inspiration for a few things, but it's been like a month.
Well, no, see, I wonder if I was just like, everybody has inspiration from here going forward. So I would allow you to spend your inspiration.
Just go up 1.
Just go up 1 and succeed.
Sure.
it costs you effectively a free experience point, but it's probably better to get this roll successful. All right. Everybody learns their point in instruction. Training.
And I got a check mark.
Years and years of calling it instruction on a different system.
Yep.
There's why I get perception observation screwed up too.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So,
guys.
would you like to look around on the dropship for an NPC who could train you in zero-G operations? There will be 2 roles involved in zero-G operations. There will be a time constraint, and there will be a you not hurting yourself in the process. Zero-G is one of the most dangerous trainings.
Let's do it.
So who is going to be looking around?
I'll do that. Why not?
That will be a social check.
Yes, indeed. What kind of social would this be?
It
Streetwise?
depends on what you want
For
to.
that.
I'll roll that one.
Well, what kind of social do you think it should be? How do you go about learning about the people in this dropship?
Seduction.
That is my
I'm
best
not gonna-
option.
Not going to say no, technically.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Seduction. You try to find somebody to seduce to train you in zero-G.
That's a 9, so that's 2 over.
Okay.
Never had sex in zero G. No, would you like to?
This is a shipwide announcement. The hot 6'4" cat girl wants to know if anybody has boned in zero-G. People need to return to their quarters immediately. You have disbalanced the whole ship by moving all to one location. Please stop that.
I guess that is a...
You on the radio, click, works every time.
Opens door. Wow, they formed an orderly queue this time. Usually it's just a mob.
Oh, now you know loot shit very easily because no one's looking at their stuff.
Quick, do your thing.
Okay,
Loot is
here's the fun
I mean,
part.
seriously, if you're going to scrounge anything, now's a great time.
I have taken the lead a lot in this campaign so far, filling stuff in and throwing stuff in that's in universe. But you know what? I think this is a good time to turn it over to you. Who is this character that's going to teach you guys zero-G operations? And what is their name? Since we don't have any patrons yet, and, you know, we can't.
I'm going to roll a
It is
dice to pick
Teach
some
you zero G.
names. Okay, male. 8.
8 foot tall,
Lucky.
dude.
Mm-hmm.
Nickname, Lucky.
Okay,
Pick a name I don't know.
so Lucky is the name. That's their code. That's what they go by. All right, Lucky is some guy who knows zero-G operations. Probably
Probably a dock worker, some just...
or maybe a spacer of some kind.
He's a space forklift driver equivalent.
Space forklift operator.
Don't forget, if you're forklift certified, you get them all the time.
But seriously, the equivalent of forklift in space would be highly complicated. Jeez.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right, so rookie, do not push that lever. What?
Right.
Spinning at 30 RPM.
Well, you would think that most modern space control systems would actually have a version of a gyro on it that would be like, I can't let you kill yourself. That's what it's designed to do. It's a computer that literally goes, I'm going to ignore that. Fuck you.
Mhm.
I'm not letting you murder everybody.
Give me my free will, damn it.
No! All right. Lucky is going to train you in zero-G operations. I am
Do
going
I
to...
also have to seduce Lucky? Because that is not going to work out very well.
No, the hot
Thank
cat,
God.
the hot 6'4" cat girl has already seduced him into doing it.
Perfect.
Granted, you could have just asked, but he'll take it. Again. I'm going to roll Lucky's instruction,
Yeah.
and he has gotten an 11, so you guys are good there. Now I need a roll from you before you write down your skill point to make sure you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I assume that maybe a reflex save is in order here. Because you're being trained in a safe environment, I'm going to make it 3 easy. So you take your save for reflex, so you're a 10, it becomes a 7. You need a 7 plus to not hurt yourself.
Yeah. So I'm looking at a 6 plus.
Yes.
Hey!
Sweet hibbly gribble.
Sweet!
I only had to get above a 3 on 5.
Okay.
I've got a 10.
I made exactly the same.
Everybody keep that in mind, what the number was for when I tell Ethan to roll it, and he fucking breaks his neck.
Let me roll. Write that down.
Yeah, he also does. 0G ops, you get 1 point. The check was 3 easier.
And we just have
Reflex
a level 1.
save.
Reflex save
3
3
down.
easier.
Yes, so you have 1 level of it.
You have 1 level of 0G operations. Yay!
How long did that take?
That took a week.
1 week. So we have 2 weeks left.
You only have a week worth of actual time where you're in 0G effectively
Yep.
during this whole month of traveling.
Okay. I want
Because usually, like, they try to line up as close as possible the low G period with the docking and jumping period.
Yeah.
Like, they have shit planned out to make sure that this is done fast.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, it's good to know also that from a jump ship point of view, you don't want to be within 25 kilometers of jump ship when it jumps.
No.
Generally, you want to be
No.
further than that, but like that's like the safe minimum range because they give off a gravitational wave. They
Once you're within the
Out
25
there with my
kilometer
surfboard.
radius, there's also a chance like just a chunk of your ship might not.
surfing on
Stay
something
right.
that's
Oh,
moving in
space
3
Yeah.
dimensions constantly outward as a wave is more like just getting hit by a truck.
But while on a surfboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
You become one with the surfboard. I'm now fused with a surfboard. They call me Surfboard Joe. Ride on me.
So 2 more weeks then.
Yes.
All right. You know,
All reflexes.
It's straight up build saves. All the way down. At 20 points more difficult. Ouch!
As we're moving.
Because you're not moving, the wave is. Usually very fast.
How many points do you need to go from a 4 to a 5 on an attribute?
I think it was,
I want to
Was
say
it
25.
25?
I want to say 25.
I think it was
I'm pretty sure.
25.
From a 4 to a 5 is 25.
Okay.
Squared.
Squared the next level.
Just like turkey.
It's what I based it off of. Make it easy.
pretty easy.
Simple. And then I wanted skills to be
Easy.
bad, but not as bad. So I pulled it back.
Makes sense to me.
I would like to learn forgery.
Forgery.
Ooh.
You're going to try and find somebody to teach you forgery.
Yes. And I would like to use security systems or computers by going through the local ship's manifest and seeing who has a criminal record.
Interesting.
Because my
You want to roll
social skills
security
suck
systems.
ass.
You want to roll security systems to find out who on board is the sneaky thief. Confront
Who's got a
them
record?
to tell them and ask them to teach you
Yeah.
forgery.
Yeah.
I like it. What is your security systems check?
7.
I will allow you a straight roll against security systems to find that.
That's a 5.
You have inspiration.
That would make
Yes.
it a 6.
You could
You
re-roll
re-roll
the
that
die
one.
instead.
I'd re-roll that 1. It can't possibly get
You
lower.
need a 3 or more.
So
It was
You
worth a
also
shot.
haven't spent your edge.
I know.
Ooh, you could also now spend the edge to raise it by 1.
Also, don't
What are you
forget-
using the edge for anyway? Not surviving.
when
it.
did
When does Edge get
At the end of heat phase, all of this resets.
Oh yeah, for sure. Then I will do that.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
becomes a 7.
What is the name of this NPC?
Yurgis Gorgon, man.
Brandon,
Brandon.
because I know a Brandon.
Brandon.
Who does forgery? Who does
Cool.
forgery?
Who does do forgery? If I knew somebody who did forgery, I wouldn't be at this table right now. I'd probably be in jail.
But I would be forklift certified.
I've been forklift certified since I was 18. I ain't worried about that.
It's not a matter of knowing how to use the forklift. It's being forklift certified. Unfortunately, I had to get that forged. I know how to use one. I could probably pass it. Why bother when I could just get it forged for cheaper? All right,
I'm gonna
Brandon
say
the
this OSHA gets
Forger.
really bad.
You confront Brandon the Forger about their more illicit background. And I would say that they can teach you forgery, but it's going to take all 2 weeks that
Okay.
you have left to do
That'll
it.
work.
Basic, you're like, I don't know how to forge documents. And they're like, yes, my name is Brandon. It says so on my passport.
Right.
Eh.
Right.
I'd like to spend those 2 weeks training for ambidextrous.
Can I give a little after that? But can I give a
Yeah.
little like flavor for this Brandon character?
I love flavor. Flavor the shit out of your NPCs, people.
Yeah.
I would like to know through the security systems, and after talking with him, he's actually a smoked jaguar that forged his way into a new identity.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I like it.
It would be probably not a trueborn. Probably be a free birth.
Yep.
But it would be
Bandit.
someone similar to you who's kind of like in that weird, like, this is the society I grew up in, but it's not the society I really want to be a part of necessarily. All right, yeah. So you bond over your mutual, like, you're openly a former clanner or a current clanner kind of just left in a weird limbo
Yeah.
place. They're literally like I am hiding as a clanner.
Yeah.
Like, I got out of that and I've started a new life because I've managed to get these skills going. Yeah, I like that. Brandon, go ahead and write it down. Former Jaguar.
Nice.
And Brandon has succeeded on his instruction check. So you get forgery. Karl, 2 weeks.
Yes, indeed. I'd like to spend those 2 weeks training for ambidextrous.
Interesting. Just check something real quick on the sheet here
Okay.
for how much ambidextrous would have costed you.
Yeah, it's 3 trait points. I don't know how much that would cost in XP points, but
It's usually triple. It's double or triple depending on what you have for training. But how are you training that?
well, a lot of martial arts, a lot of just juggling. Nope. I'm doing reflex training, so it's something that could be introduced into it.
Interesting. It is.
Because mostly it just involves training your off.
I do remember we said that you were including the month on the dropship in your reflex training so that you could get your reflexes up. And now you've spent 2 weeks doing other stuff.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So I don't think you'd have time to do the ambitious training in addition to the reflex training.
Good point.
But definitely put it on the list for the future.
That's something I'm working on.
What are you doing?
Train running.
Train running? Well, the good part about having a 150 meter diameter ship is that there's a corridor that does this, mostly on the outside of that sucker.
Everybody gets used to me coming up on their left.
Yeah.
Also, there's a thing called treadmills. So,
No, they don't have those in space.
I mean, treadmills in space is kind of fine when you're not under acceleration.
good part is you're mostly
Jump.
under acceleration constantly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can train running. I did say they had a gym, so that's all right. You train your running. I'll allow that to be a week without a trainer because they have a gym, and that counts. You just practice running.
Cool. Just two.
Yeah, they're really close together. I treat them the same.
I'm not in anymore. They're the same.
Yeah,
to
you
me.
can learn protocol. That'll cost you a week.
There.
Easy cheesy. Excellent. All right, and then we're good with all of our downtime. All of our money is spent.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our stuffs are wrapped up. So let's go to the next part of Heat Phase where I get to ask you fun questions.
All right.
And man, I sure liked that interaction that you had with Voss. I set that up in my brain a while ago. It wasn't even technically in my notes, but I wanted to force the person with a negative disposition towards smoked jaguars with I have to feel something for these assholes.
Yep. Character was very conflicted about it.
Hold on. Time out.
Go back to Karl real quick. This interaction was purposely designed to get your character kind of like in that, how do you respond? Like your initial reaction was like, I'm going to kill you. Do you want it to be an honorable death? And then it was just like, oh, this guy is fucked. Like you could kill him, but it wouldn't be a challenge.
more specifically, from the character's point of view there, it wasn't from a kill him in a challenge. It's that the character has a very high respect for, how to put it, Voss showed her family respect. So she would, despite how distasteful she found the ways, show him a level of respect equal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, kind of
For
a
a
give and take.
clanner, dying in combat versus dying from a pretty horrible disease.
Yeah.
With clanners, you have to make that cultural understanding that they were raised in the clan, so honor is a very literally life or death thing to them. It's very much how, yeah, Koreas might be funny space weeds, insult one's honor, and the swords are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, they take it very seriously.
As much as, like, everybody gives Smoke Jaguars the shit stick for Turtle Bay, rightfully so, we know Koreans have done just as much bad stuff in their history, and they know they have. They know they've done just as bad stuff. So it's one of those ones where honor is a really weird stick to throw around. And I kind of wanted that interaction to be interesting, to really kind of hit you in the... If anybody out there watches this and is like, damn it, you made me feel something for Smoke Jaguars, that was the intent. That was the point. You should still feel stuff for these people, even though sometimes they're terrible. Unless you're the usurper. Anybody who feels sorry for the usurper needs to die.
Amaris, the lobster bib wearing
There's two
mofo,
things
the
I hate.
BattleTech
There's two things I hate. People's intolerance of other people's culture and the Dutch.
Dave, how you liking the BattleTech universe so far?
It's interesting. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely I feel like a more humanized take on the dark future in some ways. A lot of the more supernatural aspects that a lot of future tech throws in.
We're looking at you, 40K. We're always looking at you, 40K. There is a distinction. A lot of people who are new to BattleTech and get into BattleTech think that they're getting into the big snuffy robots game. And they are. But behind that is a universe that is not grimdark. It is not like hopeful future. It specifically shirks the Star Wars, Star Trek, even the Stargate universe's concept of what's realistic and what's not realistic. There are parts of it that are grimdark as shit. There are parts of it that are actually really crazily hopeful and interesting. But at the end of the day, it all revolves around war, which is an interesting concept. The universe is constantly in war in one form or another. Politically, directly, it's interesting. And the fact that there aren't really any aliens kind of also sells everybody's human here. Even clanners, even as much as the second edition RPG book will be like, being a MechWarrior phenotype is a different race. And it's like, not really though. They're still people. Their society is really fucking weird.
Just built different.
It also is a really fun localized thing that I'm going to get into as the campaign goes on, where it's where cultures meet and meld together and make interesting new things. One of the planets you're going to be on, I am going to, if you go out of your way behind my back to do research on the cultures I've included and how they would interact on this planet, you're going to be ahead of the game.
What you're saying is I need to learn some history.
You need to know how to navigate Wikipedia and read good.
At the
Damn.
I was mostly making a joke about the skill.
No, yeah, at the very least, though. No, so history on your skill is one of those things where technically there's one spot for it, but there could be.
Oh yeah, there's a huge list of histories. Yeah, one of the coolest things about BattleTech is that it includes DNA from all of the actual greats. Dune. I'm not going to say Game of Thrones because BattleTech's so old that Game of Thrones was inspired by BattleTech. So, it's a weird cycle.
When did Game of Thrones first start
Don't look at me, I'm not Jordan.
Long ass time ago, actually. Long ass time ago. After BattleTech.
This is going to be weird.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to use
But if we're talking-
this while not the television series. No, not on.
I knew that was going to happen.
Not Game of Thrones.
Voice
I swear to God.
Song of Fire and Ice. When did the song?
That is a one. My point is that BattleTech as a setting has all of the actual DNA of the grades. And something to remember, folks.
1991.
Yep.
He began writing. 1996 first published.
Point I'd like to make is that there's a corner of BattleTech that has something for everyone. I mean, you want to play a Dragon Rider that's inspired by the Dragon Riders of Pern? Let me introduce you to the world known as Hunter's Paradise, where the Branth live.
Just Beast Rider Cavalry.
Beast Rider Cavalry.
There's BattleTech stats for it. It's really weird. It's really messed up.
If you liked playing War Machine from the Iron Kingdoms, actually just based on some play testing I've been doing on the BattleTech Gothic book, actually you can play. It plays a lot more like War Machine and Horde than it does 40k. At least the feel with like the Abomination's actual living units and what have you.
Well, and let's be honest. BattleTech has always had that. Do you want to play X?
Exactly.
BattleTech has it. Just go look at this periphery state.
Yeah. Periphery
That's
state,
way out in the middle of
state.
Ass nowhere.
If you look at the books for just like the pictures for Constar, the Space AT&T, you'd think they'd be boring. Nah, they're walking around in freaking tech wizard drip.
Do you want to be a Roman legionnaire who's learning how to pilot a mech for the first time?
Marion Hegemony.
Yeah.
Awful
BattleTech has
Space
it.
Romans.
Yeah, Space Romans. Yeah, well,
They're
Kurita,
the-
Space
yeah.
Samurai.
Yeah.
The joke about
Or
Kurita.
the best part is, they want to be Space Samurai. They're still trying to live up to the expectation.
Even
The
worse,
Space
Chad.
Scottish.
Do you know what the canonical founder of Kurita was?
Yeah.
A Louisiana oil baron who was a gigantic Japanese weeb who liked anime, who had enough money back in the 2100s to get a colony ship going.
More or less.
So yes, Kurita was literally founded by space weebs.
They just wanted their own space Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Feudal
Colonel
Japan.
Sanders.
So the joke is KFC as a megacorp still exists.
Yeah, when you guys told me that Chevrolet and General Motors still operated, I went,
Ford makes a battle mech.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there is...
And I'm going to shoot everyone I see.
And for all of those who are King of the Hill fans, Hill is a Clan Coyote blood
Why
mech.
isn't that a meme yet?
So the joke is you can literally have a descendant of Hank Hill running around in a Ford battle mech.
Yeah.
It's not a great battle mech. Well, what I'm saying is BattleTech as a setting has the benefit of basically 40 years worth of just references and pop culture tie-ins.
And lots of unique world building. Let's be honest. The fact that you can go on Blue Sky and get a response from Michael Stackpole saying, nice. A lot of these writers, a lot of the people who are involved are actively involved in the community. And that's what we like to see. Hyde, anything interesting or unique stand out in this adventure so far?
Well, I appreciate the headspace that we are in currently with this, where it's the end of a war. This is like the de-arming of a massive group that's been causing terror for X amount of years and changing making a big impact on the universe. This is a situation, as I've been reading, that's this is massively impactful to the entire BattleTech universe as a whole. But then seeing how, as we're going to see through the campaign, how that starts falling in, you still have all of these people, you still have all of these organizations that are slowly going to fall back into the natural order of how things are. And it's going to be on a planetary basis. It's going to be on a system-wide basis. It's going to be in those societies that you're going to see this integration of smoke jaguars. And there's going to be conflict there. Of course there's going to be conflict there. You killed my family. You're not going to live next to me. This is what happens. but also that slow, like bringing back into the fold of humanity before the next event happens. And it's just going to be interesting to see those dynamics change and fluctuate as we go through, and then find our characters' places in that as well. And being able to play in that headspace is really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The clan invasion and post clan invasion eras are my favorite eras. And the best part about the time we're starting is you're talking about the demobilization of probably in the realm of, what do you say, like at least 2,500 battle mechs, at least maybe 1 million or so combat personnel after a decade of just straight, nearly existential level warfare. Not even like total warfare. Like there were very few engagements that were like, well, we lost 100 trillion in value in warship. Like that didn't happen anymore. That doesn't happen anymore because the Star League just did it already,
right,
to the nth degree. But this, even just this demobilization is like literally watching people finally go home and being like, thank goodness that's over with. I don't have to go to war ever again for the rest of my life. And then you're thinking about all those people in the Free Worlds League who sometimes, despite how much they've gotten their ass kicked over the last 25 years, war-wise have had it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like they have their own little disputes, their own little stuff. They still end up fighting, Liao every once in a while, but like comparatively, the next 2 years in the BattleTech universe are supposed to be the quiet years. And I'm about to show you how it doesn't matter if it's quiet or not.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What's coming up is going to be interesting. I'll say that much.
Cool.
So let's get to the individual interviews now.
Dope.
Yeah.
I'm going to take.
Going to experience some